founded by a group of actors and writers and directors and producers who were all working in the new musical field, trying to advance a new generation of artists and finding it very difficult to do that. We got together and thought that if we put our resources together, particularly to rent theaters and to promote our shows, that we could have more impact in getting these shows up on their feet. I like to say that NYMF is the grassroots research and development arm of the musical theater industry. What NYMF does is it brings new blood into the system. And it provides a broad base of opportunity for artists and producers who are not affiliated with any of the major players to showcase.
Submitting, there's a lot of stuff you have to submit on. I mean, virtually the entire script. You've got to give, at least half of the songs in this show. Once they narrow it down, the next Link project, they narrow it down to about 30 finalists, and then they choose between 10 and 12. Then we have a big networking meeting for a weekend with everybody, where we kind of learn the ins and outs of producing at the festival, and then we go into putting our team together. So each individual show is responsible for staffing itself, and then we have auditions, and we start rehearsing, and you got 4 weeks to put the whole thing up.
The process of casting and putting the show together was pretty normal as far as a casting process goes. I actually went to an open call at Equity, came in for an audition, and I have to say it was one of the kindest, gentlest, most wonderful auditions I've ever had. Just so much love in the room.
We employ over 200, 300 actors depending on the year, and at every level we have equity, non-equity. I can name dozens of people where it was their first job, and then they went off, and some of them have won Tony Awards themselves now.
NYMF clearly met a need that I don't think anyone fully understood the depth of that need. And one of the reasons people have embraced NYMF is that so many of our shows have gone on to feature life.
NYMF, I'll tell you what, it is old Broadway. It is a place where people can come and finally have a chance to get in. It's not a closed world. You're all going crazy, and Sandy's available to everybody. But it's open, and it's a place to think and be free and be Broadway again.
I work on a giant variety of things. That's sort of the name of the game in general management. It rolls from day to day. So I do everything from processing and helping edit contracts as they come in, to dealing with actors' equity, whatever the show needs to kind of keep moving forward. Basically, we offer as much support as we can as they go along. We offer them an opportunity to mount the show in a really public way that a lot of young writers and young shows can't get from any other venue.
Whether you want to consider it generous or you want to consider it a smart investment, this community has gotten behind this festival, and we're blessed.
NYMF takes investments from people who are patrons, who want to be members of the organization, who want to help the cause. So an investment in NYMF not only subsidizes a very worthwhile cause in New York City, but actually helps contribute great economic impact to the city. We've estimated that the festival generates about $2 million during its 3-week run in hotel stays, bar and restaurants, direct salaries, and fees to producers, to actors, actresses, directors, composers, band members, to rehearsal spaces, clothing rental companies. It's an incredible economic engine in a very brief period of time.
This is not an organization with an endowment. It relies very heavily on support from individual donors, from ticket sales. There is a little bit of fragility to being and existing in that type of situation and financial position, and so we're trying to solidify it and sort of give it the boost.